So the second doses for those who took the first vaccination have come in, and today the exercise began for those persons to have their second jab. Remember, there were quite some delays in getting hold of these vaccines because of the general shortage of the vaccines worldwide. After a lot of deliberations, among others, government was able to secure some from Congo, which is what is being used for the exercise, over 300,000 of those doses. Now, the most important thing in this exercise is those doses will be used to cater for those who had the first jab, after which the remainder will be used for perhaps the second process proper. But I've come to the Legon Hospital today to look at the process, how it's going here. We're here because earlier when the process started for the day, being the first day, there was a bit of agitations here following delays and other challenges officials here administering the vaccination went through. So what I'm going to do now is to speak to a number of people who were here when the challenges or agitation started. But how are they taking the delay in getting their jabs here? When did you come here for your jab? At what time?
I came here around 6 o'clock after about 5 or 6 this morning. We waited till around, I think 8 o'clock thereabout when the personnel came and they told us, they started arranging us, but they were waiting for vaccines and officials. So around, I think about 8:30, the people came around and we started the process. Okay, but what is keeping us here about 2-3 hours now is the data is not coming up. Okay. If they input your
card and your details, so they've picked yours. Okay.
Your information that they captured earlier in the first dose will not show. You can see all of us.
So all of you here sitting on my left have that challenge?
More than that. Okay. Yes, so that's a challenge.
Okay. Well, the question also arises that there are text messages that were sent for people to come at a particular time. And did you receive that text message saying you should come here today?
I got it when I got this morning. Okay. So I couldn't have seen. What they told us that whether you got a text message or not, once you are here and once you fall within that bracket, 1st to 9, okay, you can sit down. Because you're already here today, you have you'll be attended to, but subsequently we should follow the date shown on SMS.
Now, if you look at a quick count, you can see over at least 100 people who are here as at 11:45. But let me speak to another lady who's also been here. She's actually, if you look at the queue, the next to go through the process, she's the first. But let's see how long she's been here and her thoughts about the exercise. Madam, welcome to the City Newsroom.
You're welcome.
How long have you been here?
I came here around 6:30.
6:30. When did you take your first jab?
I took it on the 5th of March, March 5th. Okay. So I learned it from 2nd to 9th. So we are in that category. Okay.
Did you receive a message asking that you
did not receive any message? But then once we've been told that it's from 2nd to 10th, and I know I'm in that queue, I came for it, yeah.
So what are your impressions about the process so far? You've been here since 6, it's almost 12 o'clock and nothing.
Nothing, but then the influx of people, the crowd, and then the workers. So we have to be patient and see how it goes. They made us know that today they are covering 300 people. And I count myself to be among those 300. So
were you given a number or something whilst you're waiting?
But that's how it was. But from the experience of where I was sitting, I knew definitely it will get to my turn. And so far and so good. I'm the next person to go after this.
Good for you. So what do you think about the process in terms of its smoothness? Is it that they are less?
The data, some are not getting their information on the data. That is the worrisome ones. I'm also praying when I go there, I appear in the data.
Your name will be there.
My prayer, me and my sister. That is our prayer.
So that's some others who have come here today to get shots for their second dose for the vaccination. It's still the City Newsroom. My name is Vivian Kailoko. I'm coming to you from the Legon Hospital where the second dose for the vaccination is taken off here. Good morning. Welcome to the City Newsroom.
Thank you.
How long have you been here?
I've been here since 7:30 in the morning.
7:30. Did you receive a text message requesting that you come for your second dose?
No, I'm not one of those, but I heard that others got a text message and they showed them to me.
So when you got here with the crowd and agitations, how did you feel?
I can explain the situation. Legon is a special place where they have three categories of people who are come to receive vaccines. The general public, and then you have the university staff, then you have the other last one being hospital workers. They didn't explain those categories to the others, so when they started calling them, people rose up in protest that they came before them. But in actual fact, there were three categories of people, and if they had said that, I don't think there would be any confusion.
So it's still the City Newsroom. I'm still coming to you from the Legon Hospital here in the Greater Accra region. The story is the second batch for the vaccinations exercise has started. And so if you look behind me, you can see people here who have come for the second jab. The challenge is here at this particular place is some are not seeing their names in the system to enable officials undertake the process. The second thing is, like you can see, there are a lot of people here, so obviously the lines won't move as fast as it should. But if you look at my right side where you see the officials, the process is very simple. We have about, if I can count quickly, 1, 2, 3, 4 officials here. The persons who want to take the jab, they go to the officials, they mention their name, they go through the system, and then if their names are there, they go ahead to administer the jab. So what is the problem?
The problem is I registered the thing on the 9th of March. When I came here, my name is not the computer.
Okay. So what have you been told?
I have been told to go and come tomorrow. And I don't know whether tomorrow when I come there, I have my name in the register.
So what do you want to do? This is your card.
This is my card. So I don't know what to do now.
Okay, the lady just announced that everybody who did their first jab here would definitely have their second jab here. What they are trying to avoid is the delays and the long queue. So you either decide to stay or come tomorrow for the jab. Which options do you want to take?
I decided to go and come tomorrow because there are plenty of people here. So if I say I will wait for the person to come and write my name, maybe I'll be leaving here about 5 o'clock. So the earlier I go, then tomorrow I'll be here by 8 o'clock.
Well, what time did you get here today?
I reach here about 8:35.
Okay. But what do you think about the vaccines that are in now? Initially, there were a bit of delays.
Oh, no, you see, the first one that I took, I haven't get any infection. So I know this one will be the same.
Did you eat and, take the painkiller?
I eat plenty before
What did you eat?
Fried rice.
But let me speak to the lady in charge here. She's coordinating everything. She's had quite an interesting morning trying to control this crowd.
It's been very tiring and very cumbersome.
Why is that?
Yeah, it's so because our logistics didn't come in on time. And we are not blaming anyone for it. And some of these things are expected when you are running a national campaign like this, because a lot of things come to play. And so we were expecting the logistics to come in yesterday, but unfortunately yesterday they couldn't get access to it. The district was supposed to supply. The district didn't get access to the things, and so we happened to receive them today. At the time logistics came in, our clients had already arrived.
What time did your logistics arrive, and where are they coming from?
Yeah, we received our logistics after 8 today, and they were coming from our district. That's the main Ayawaso West district, yeah.
And how many vaccines, doses are coming here?
Well, for here, we had vaccinated over 2,000 people. So that's what we are expecting. But today, we have received 500.
Okay, so
yes.
you have about 500. And
which
looking
is
at this-
enough.
yes.
It's enough to cover all the people here today. It's enough. Provided we find your name in the system, we have vaccine for you.
So what is the protocol in the second process? Must your name be in the system before you are administered with a dose?
It is an important factor because you see, if we don't find your name in the system, two things. It means that one, either you did not get vaccinated with the first one or you are trying to sneak your way into it, okay? So we need to find your name in the system just to reconcile the data because a lot of human error also occurred during the first one. So it's a time for us to reconcile the data and then edit to make sure that we have correct data on the system. Now, because the date for the second one has expired, because we started on the 2nd of March, meaning that those who had their vaccine on the 2nd of March should have had their second vaccine by 27th of April. That didn't happen. So it means that there have been wrong dates assigned on the old cards. And so we have to change those cards. Do you see? So what has prolonged the process today is that we are doing the manual registration again, which shouldn't have been the case if we had done the second job on time.
But how come it's taking so long to have all these names in the stations?
It's technology issue. It's not like their names are not there. It is there, but because it's a national server, it is now updating, okay? So we keep refreshing the system. So that's why I was telling them that they should be patient. Those who have time to wait can wait. If not, they should just leave their names and their telephone numbers and go. We will do the verification after close of work today. We'll do the verification, and then we will call and give them specific dates they should come to ease off the pressure and then the timing here.
That's the coordinator for the vaccine project here at the Legon Hospital.